Mike Murdock. Imagine a world without words. Words are so important. God said, call me the Word. The Word. Words have power. One word left out of an instruction, one single sentence misunderstood, destroyed the Titanic in 1912. The great ship they said was impossible to sink. If you ever read the story about the Titanic, at first they thought it was icebergs. 1,500, 1,600 people drowned. It was a tragedy beyond description. Maybe you saw the movie on it. The fact was, there was an instruction that had been put inside of a little safe for the captain. You never read anything more tragic in your life. Is there a difference in words? Think for a moment. Yes. No. Maybe tomorrow. Never. Now. Later. I was invited to Dubai to speak for a new church, birthing, and a lady met with me that I had met before. She flew there, and she was in the hotel lobby talking to me. A precious Christian woman. She had her issues, but she had a love for God. And she cried for 2 hours in my presence. The 2-hour conversation was about one word. I think at the time she was 14, 16, something like that, years old. She had come out of her bedroom, and her father looked at her dress she was fixing to go to school in, and said, "You look like a slut." "40 years later, she's crying for 2 hours telling me about it. She couldn't shake it. She couldn't get it out of her mind. She cried and cried and cried and said, "It's destroyed my life." She said, "Even now, when I walk in a store, I feel like men are looking at me saying, 'She's a slut.'" She was probably 50 years old or so, probably 50, and she can't shake it. Wrong words last a long time. I spent many hours with Oral Roberts, the famous healing ministry. He told me more than once. He said, "I've never met a person in my lifetime." He was about 65, I think, at the time. He said, "I've never met a person so careful and sensitive with their words as you are." He asked me to proof some of his writings and things like that to see if I saw any way to improve them. Words matter, family. Words matter. One wrong word can destroy a lifetime of favor. I remember in St. Louis, Missouri, I remember some wrong words from my mouth. I remember asking a question I was not authorized to ask of an elderly preacher of a huge church here in Dallas when I was 26 years old. I can't forget it. Slow down conversations. I call this mentorship moments with Mike Murdock. At 78, I'll be 78 in April, almost 80 years old, I've collected some discoveries worth hearing about. Labor for right words. What's a wrong word? Wisdom key. Any word that creates pain is a wrong word.